Have you ever thought about what happens to your soul and body after you die? Or have you ever had experiences where you thought you would die while you're sleeping, but you're alive and healthy in your bed? Have you had experiences related to reincarnation? Or are you one of those people who does not believe in the afterlife and rebirth? Like you, some scientists are also intrigued about the afterlife and are trying to find all the possible answers to your questions. But unfortunately, they do not know if the afterlife actually exists or not. Death is not the end. Your soul continues. Anonymous. The afterlife, also known as the life after your death, is an experience where once the physical body is dead, your consciousness is alive. Some people have the utmost belief in the afterlife, while others believe that a thing like an afterlife does not exist in reality and is just a mere fairy tale. If you ask biologists about what happens to your body after you die, they will probably tell you the things you already know. Your heart stops beating. Your brain stops working. Every organ in your body slowly gives up on you. But is it really the answers to your most sought-after question? This question has been going on through the years, passing from one generation to another, but not even a single one still knows if the thing called the afterlife actually exists or not. Some significant religions have answered your question. Abrahamic religion, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism genuinely believe that you go to heaven or hell after death. Your soul neither is dead nor lives in this world. It goes into another world beyond our planet. While in Hinduism, Sikhism, and Buddhism, the concept of reincarnation also exists. They say that your soul does not leave this world. Instead, it finds another body for itself and lives in it. Some people have claimed to have near-death experiences where they were floating in the air and a white light was carrying them around. Some say that they have outwardly experienced where they meet beautiful beings, most call them angels, and some say that they have even seen God. Some people say that they were not hallucinations, but rather reality. Some claim it to be more real than even life on Earth. Mary Neal was the director of spinal surgery at the University of Southern California. Ibn Alexander was a neurosurgeon who taught and practiced at several prestigious hospitals and medical schools, including Harvard. They both had near-death experiences. Alexander talked about his experience. He studied his medical charts and stated that he was in a coma so deeply that his mind got shut, and he assumed that his soul had left his body, and he met angels and God. He claimed that even if the afterlife is not real, its sensations for sure are. Some scientists are starting to believe that decreased blood flow and aberrant electrical activity in the brain are what produce NDEs. Therefore, the cliched tunnel of white light could have originated from increased brain activity. Individuals also conduct the neophysical study, like Stuart Hameroff and Roger Penrose. Their amazing or orchestrated objective reduction hypothesis, which seeks to explain and describe the soul using quantum mechanics, is gaining acceptance in the scientific community. Most people confuse PLR and reincarnation. Past life regression is known as the recalling of a specific event and detail that someone believes to have been through in the past life. Reincarnation is being born again. To have PLR, one must believe in reincarnation. He should be sure that he had a past life from which he remembers moments. PLR is sometimes mistaken for hypnotherapy. It occurs during a guided regression into childhood memories, sometimes an intensive psychotherapy. In hypnagogia, the patient or participant communicates ideas and memories to the therapist. Quite often, recollections don't match the participant's current existence due to circumstances, age, or culture, and are assumed to be from a past life. In the research with rats, Brian G. Diaz, Ph.D., and Kerry Ressler, M.D., Ph.D., of the Ressler Lab at the Yerkes National Primate Research Center in Atlanta, Georgia, have made a shocking discovery. that memories can be passed down, as was reported in the scientific journal Nature in December 2013. Using mice, they show that rejection to rose petals was genetically passed from parent to offspring and through multiple generations. Genetic and neurological changes facilitated this inheritance. The smell of rose petals calls to mind irrational fear in mice, according to a paper titled Parental Olfactory Experiences Influenced Behavior and Neural Structures of Subsequent Generations. Next, we examined mouse sperm and found a change in the sperm genotype, expressed in the offspring phenotype as a genetic resistance to the same smell, even though the offspring had never been the same smell. Parental experiences influence later generations, nervous system structure, and function. Jim B. Tucker worked on reincarnation. He was a child psychiatrist. The psychiatrist had experiences with children who claimed they went to the afterlife or were reborn. He declared that most children aged 2 to 6 years claimed to have been reborn and claimed to have a past life. Most children claim to have the past life of a 25-year-old man who was either famous or entirely unknown by their families. A child told him all the details about his past life and even claimed to have children. He was astounded by how the child remembered all of the little details about the person he claimed to be. He also observed that the average time between their previous and this life was 16 months. Seeing all the observations, Tucker made a hypothesis that says that reincarnation is possible because of quantum physics. People believe that consciousness creates the material, but it is not the case. Quantum physics states that the basic events involving small particles only occur once, and material could be derived from consciousness and does not depend on the living brain. So it means that when consciousness does not need a brain to exist, it may continue even after the brain has died because it attracts itself to a new brain. The psychiatrist believed trauma, too much screen time, or a fairy tale play could be possible causes. Stephen Hawkings, a famous physicist, neither had a belief in God nor the hereafter. He used to say we are just mere specks of the universe and burn out after we die. He once referred to the afterlife as a fairy tale nearly all of his life, but he never changed his view until the day he died. He neither believed in God nor in the hereafter. Perhaps there are so many facets to these queries that one may read endlessly on the numerous theories, hypotheses, and notions that still not grasp the solution to the queries above. When you're having a great time exploring with us, time flies by quickly again. If you enjoyed watching and want to explore more like this with me again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications for our channel before you go. Thank you so much for watching.